Yo, my peeps. You guys know me, I'm not going to introduce myself. So, here's the thing. This is not going to be a Let's Play channel, but I did want to show you one of the games that I actually really enjoy. I'm not a gamer, I'm more of a game-ish. So, whenever I find a game that's interesting to me, then I decide I want to play it. And this is one of the ones that has been interesting to me for a long time. SCP Containment Breach. SCP stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. And the basic premise of the game is it's a whole bunch of mini horror stories all linked together, and they are contained by this foundation, the SCP Foundation. And their purpose is to protect the world from these creatures. So, like, one of them, for example, the first one that you guys are going to see, which is 173, I believe. If you know Doctor Who, it's like the Weeping Angels. It only moves when you're not looking at it. And so they have these... It's really cool that, like, they're written like procedures that an employee would follow. So, like, there's... within this little, like, short horror story thing, you know, they tell you what it is, but they also tell you, like, what the employees are supposed to do in order to contain it. Like, there can never be less than 3 people in the room, if anybody has to be in the room with it at all times. And they've always got to be they always have to communicate when they're going to blink. All the, like, little things like that. There's another one which it didn't make it into the game because it'd be difficult to make it to the game, of a little girl who, the longer that you're around her and in her presence, the more violent towards her that you become. And then when you're removed, the infected spirit, it's like little things like that, little stories like that, and like details on how you're supposed to interact with it. And sometimes they even throw in a couple of encounters, like documentation of when these things happen. So it's a really great concept of a game, and I enjoyed it a lot. And they made it into a game. Somebody else made it. I think a third party made it into the game, and then the SCP wiki page, which is where you find all the stuff, decided they'd back it up fully, if I'm remembering what actually happened correctly. So this is the game, Containment Breach, where you play one of the employees, actually playing a prisoner. I'm gonna make this a PG/PG-13 episode. There's a little bit of language in the game, and it's not much, but I'm not going to take the time to comb through and cut it all out. This isn't a Let's Play channel. This is something I do in the meantime, and while I'm playing through, I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I've been interested in studying recently. That works. That about sums up how I feel about this. Okay. And let's see. Aha. And what's also interesting about this, see this part right here? The map is randomly generated. Not that it's randomly generated as you're playing it, but the layout of the map is different with every new game that you start. So, we're going to start playing this. This is scary. Giving you a spook warning, okay? Spook warning ahead. This is a spooky game. And hopefully I've got the audio levels pretty solid. I'm going to try to make it fairly loud in my head. You can do it, SCP. There you go. Like I said, this won't be a Let's Play channel, but while things are going, I want to talk to you guys about some of the things that I've been talking about in our youth group. Here we go. So this is how the game starts. This is kind of the intro sequence. So, last week what we were talking about in our youth group, because I do want to talk about this at least a little bit. I'm also playing this game because the one I really want to play is Subnautica, but I have not played a video game for real in a long time, so I'm using this game to reorient myself towards gameplay, and then I would play Subnautica more for fun, and it would be easier to talk through. I just need to orient myself. Alright, so I'll let you guys read this if you want to, and I'm just gonna, like, talk through some things real quick. Hopefully they won't interrupt while I'm
Control, this is Agent Aldrin. I need a request to open up cell 311.
All right, so they're about to interrupt here. You can read this if you want to, but
hey, they've got some work for you. Do me a favor and just follow me. Oh, and by the way, we're authorized to exterminate any disobedient test subjects, so I'd recommend not doing anything stupid.
All right. So what we've been talking about recently,
Attention, please.
we
Sergeant.
we talked a little bit about what happened with the shooting in Texas because
Checkpoint. Bravo.
a lot of my students have been pretty upset about what's happened, and understandably, we all get upset when tragedies like that happen, and we especially get upset when kids die. All of us.
Why would anyone do that?
So
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a cool.
by the way, I've not played this all the way through. I have maybe had 30 minutes of playtime, so this is all still kind of new for me. I'm still clunky on the controls.
This year's film. Area 51.
I'm gonna let him do some talking.
Well, anyway, let's not waste any more time. They're waiting for you down at the chamber. Oh, and by the way,
I'll let you guys read this while I keep talking. Hopefully he won't interrupt me. But there's very little that we're able to change. You can take away all the guns in the world, and criminals and people who do violent things are still going to do violent things, and they're still even going to get the things that they're going to get. And on top of that, we're in Georgia, and they're in Texas. So there's not really too much you can do. This is not the full official one. This is like a snapshot of the actual SCP thing. By the way, you can go to scpwiki.com and you can read up on the full one and all of the other ones with it. I recommend staying in the first 2,000. That's where all the best ones are, and that's where I think they got all the ones that they did for the game. I don't think they go. If they do, they only go into the 3,000 mark, but there's no recent ones. So what we talked about was like what to do. How do we respond when evil things happen? And there he is.
Attention all Class D personnel.
If you look in
Please enter the containment chamber.
if you look in my bottom right corner, you see a running meter. Now, I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna let you guys see everything that happens.
Please approach SCP.
As you can see, there's a running thing. I have a sprint bar, and I also have this eyeball thing. By the way, that door's supposed to be closed.
The door control system. The door isn't responding to any of our attempts to close it. So please maintain direct eye contact with SCP-173.
And that was my key to run, and I did not realize that because I thought that the intro sequence didn't kill you. Understand this game all the time. I've actually decided I'm going to leave some of this in so I can finish talking about what I was talking about. So the reason why we talked about that today is because I knew they were upset, but I didn't want them to become the angry, the angry screaming Gen Z who can't really change much of anything. I'm gonna pause this real quick and just kind of double check my audio levels at the moment. So the reason why I want to talk about it is because I don't want them to become the angry screaming millennials who can't do anything about it, but they're still going to be angry, and I didn't want them to be that, because once you start the path of being angry, you're kind of stuck on it. So I tried to do something for them that would help give them something that they could actually do. So like one of the things that we do is we pray. We look at 1 Timothy chapter 2, and God tells us to pray for everyone, to pray for all men and rulers, for it's God's desire that all men come to the saving knowledge of God. God hears our prayers. We've known that. We know that God hears our prayers. We've all seen instances where God has...
Hey, they've got some work for you. Do me a favor and just follow me.
All right, just shut up.
By the way, we're authorized to kill any disobedient test subjects, so don't try anything stupid.
Yeah, and your uniform makes you look like a dope. But That's, of course, one of the things that we can do.
Attention.
And another thing that we can do,
Doctor.
we went to Acts chapter 2 and we looked at how the early church
Report to
sold the possessions and goods
Office.
and gave to everyone as they had need. You know, we may not be able to
So,
help the families in Texas
how's it
as much
going?
as we would like to. We can't bring the kids back.
Yeah, who do you
But
think
what
I'm
we
talking
can
to?
do
This guy here with the punchable face? Of course
is
I'm talking to you.
we can help those around
Oh,
us.
I'm just a little surprised. I think this is the
We
first
can help
time
the
you've
people.
ever
Do you see
spoken
that
to me.
door? At
Well,
one point,
yeah.
one of the games I was
It's your
playing
first
was on
day
the other
working
side,
here.
I believe.
Actually, we've worked together now for about
Really?
We can help the people down the hallway from us. And one of the examples I gave is nearly every one of these shootings is committed
Well,
by
we're
somebody
here. Just get in
who is a
there and
loner,
follow all
who is
the
all alone by
instructions,
themselves, and
we'll probably be fine. Oh, and by the way,
helping someone and doing something for the Lord can be something as simple as going to read it again. Something as simple as just inviting someone over to the table. It's an easy way that you can do something and make a difference. But then I said the biggest thing that we need to do, and let me try to remember where we went. We looked at the faithful centurion who saw what Jesus did and knew where to turn and turned to Jesus. He didn't go to the physicians first, he went to Jesus, and because he knew that Jesus would actually be able to do something about it. He recognized Jesus' authority, and then he did something. Okay, so this time in this intro segment, we're gonna bolt. We're getting the heck out of here.
SCP-173 for testing.
All right, door opens back up.
There seems to be a problem with the door control system. The door isn't responding to any of our attempts to close it. So please maintain direct eye contact with SCP-173.
And now we go.
oh shit, oh shit.
There we go. Okay. And now, we bolt. Oh, that door is closed.
Keep your eyes on her.
Oh, heck. So, we can't close that door. Alright, we're gonna go this way. These intro maps are fairly consistent. Oh, I want to check for supplies and stuff. But I don't think there's anything. There's nothing here. I just wasted time. Oh, crap. Ah, freaking crap. Okay. It's okay. It's a stupid game. Alright, let's gonna close the door behind us. Okay, alright. Let's try to the left.
Attention. All personnel report to
How did that happen? Okay,
immediately.
we're gonna walk this way. Close that door. We're gonna try to orient ourselves and see if there's anything that we recognize here. Oh yeah, this. Alright, so we got an electric wall here, which is useful. I think I was that close. Here's the thing, I'm not really like scared, I'm like stressed. Stressed and startled. Okay. Now one of the things that I have learned, go to the left, see how similar it is. And it's different. Okay. I know where that elevator goes. The elevator goes downstairs. We're not risking downstairs. We're not risking it. Okay. Another freaking elevator. They want us to go down the elevator. I don't want to. Oh, hey. No. There was something over there. Did you guys see that? Okay. Was I insane or was there something? You know what? Let's just go.
Immediately.
Now shut up, and we're just gonna go. Okay. Lock the door. Okay. Alright, what we got here? This is an SCP door. What we got? Oh, okay. So this is one of the SCP rooms, and there's actually some useful things in some of these rooms. And that's one of the things I really like about this game, is they put you in the room with items, and they force you to be there or to interact with some of them, so that you can get the items that you need. So, for example, I just picked up a gas mask, which is super helpful because there's a couple of parts where you cannot get through. Excuse me. Shut up and go away. Shut up and you go away right now. Okay. So, I don't need the orientation. I don't need the one on 173. So, let me pull this up. If you guys want to read this, you can read it. Because these are the basic reasons. This is the reason why I love this game and universe so much. Oh, crap. Oh, I gotta get out of this room. Save! I'm gonna stop there for a minute. And, we'll come back to this later. But, yeah. That's SCP. Peace.